In the WAER forecast today, it looks as though we'll have sunshine today with a high near 60. This evening, clouds, a chance of rain after midnight, a low around 43. And Thursday, rain expected mainly during the afternoon hours with a high near 56. And right now, it's 36 in Syracuse. This is Morning Edition on 88.3 WAER. Now in its 6th year, the Syracuse International Film Festival attracts talent from all over the globe. The festival shows Syracuse the world through film, yet it also shows off Syracuse to the world. WAER's Jessica Palumbo tells us how festival organizers hope it puts Central New York on the map as a center for film production.
Joey Huertas is a New York City filmmaker who has been at it for more than 15 years.
I got into Purchase Film School with a film I did with a VHS camera in my bathroom.
His trilogy of short films, titled Girl Stories, is about to receive its final installation with the premiere of Home Wrecka. It's a tale of domestic abuse by a woman against a man. The entire film is narrated over still photographs.
A special kind of love. A certain kind of love that was deserving of a push, a shove, a slap across the face. Have you ever heard of this kind of a love?
Huertas says his experimental films would never see an audience if it weren't for festivals such as the Syracuse International Film Fest. Exposure aside, he says festivals are a great learning experience.
I think an artist has a responsibility to the craft and should remain involved in cinema as it grows and should grow right there with it together, holding hands with it as it progresses and goes through its changes.
Huertas is one of hundreds of filmmakers who have had their work shown at the festival since 2004. Festival director and founder Owen Shapiro says about 80% of the films shown at the fest are from foreign countries.
We may not have the reputation within the United States of, say, a Sundance or a Tribeca, but on the international scene, we have a very good reputation. And if you check out the filmmakers who we've shown in past years and go to their websites, you'll see Syracuse International Film Festival is part of their own promotion of their work.
Of the 500 or so films that get submitted each year, the screening committee selects only about a fifth of them to show. Co-founder Christine Fawcett Shapiro says the quality of submissions has increased every year.
And it's harder to make decisions each year. So there are loads of films that are entered that we would love to be able to show but can't, and agonize over it.
The festival shows films at several venues around Syracuse, including the Palace Theater and the Red House Arts Center. This year, it also has screenings at satellite venues in Oswego, Rome, and Hamilton. Some of the film screenings are tied to other events, like meet and greets with actors and after parties.
First things first, I take a pint glass, throw about 10 sprigs of mint in there. I go ahead and I muddle that first, just gently, just to release the oils from the mint. And then the next step we do...
Jamie Luzinski is a bartender at Al's Wine and Whiskey Bar in Armory Square. He's mixing the official cocktail of the Syracuse Film Festival, the Al Verde. During the fest, the bar will be screening a Palestinian documentary called Taste the Revolution. It's an appropriate venue for the story of the first microbrewery in the Middle East.
Don't start, okay?
You're gonna have to stop this therapy. She needs me. You're creating this need for her.
Hello?
What are you wearing?
What?
This year's festival also marks the premiere of the movie Session, which was shot in Syracuse in 2007. The movie was directed by Israeli Chaim Bezoglo and stars actors Tom Bauer and Stephen Bauer, and Israeli actress Bar Raffaeli. The film is about a psychiatrist who becomes obsessed with his patient. Tom Bauer plays the psychiatrist's psychiatrist.
I'm aware of his obsession for this client, and I know it's not a good thing. And then I start to become obsessed with his obsession. It has many twists and turns to it. It's a very intriguing film.
Bauer has supported independent film ever since he made his debut in the 1959 John Cassavetes film Shadows. He says the Syracuse Film Fest helps promote independent film in a big way.
It's not about celebrities or about glitz. It's about great filmmakers from all over the world, and that's what I realized was happening because of Owen Shapiro, which is how we got to make a movie with a filmmaker from Tel Aviv. And then I took some friends up there, filmmakers. Now they're making movies with people they met in Syracuse. They're making movies over in Russia, Armenia, all over Asia.
Session will play at the Palace Theater at 7 p.m. on Thursday. The theater will also be the venue for this year's silent film accompanied by live music. Saxophone player and jazz composer Javon Jackson will perform with his 12-piece band during Alfred Hitchcock's 1927 film, The Lodger. Jackson says the film's characters guided his composition.
Throughout the film, you get to develop your melodies and develop your themes along with this character. So to a point, this character kind of becomes a friend because now you begin to connect with this individual even though it is a film.
Jackson and The Lodger appear at 7 p.m. on Friday at the Palace Theater. Lemoyne College will also be screening films during the festival. Lemoyne's film program director, Phil Novak, says because of the Eastman Kodak influence in Rochester, film has deep roots in central New York.
It was one of the centers of early film production, but that kind of quickly gravitated to the West Coast.
Novak says the festival is starting to restore Syracuse as a film production center, with several movies already being made here.
The hope is that the town will become known for its production facilities, so it's recognized as an alternative to New York and LA.
Both Lemoyne and Syracuse University film students get the opportunity to host filmmakers while they're in town for the festival. Actor Tom Bauer says this connection from one generation of filmmakers to the next is an important reason he supports it.
I think the town is the festival and the festival is the town. And so it becomes a community event. So we have to do whatever we can to keep it alive and healthy.
It's true that filmmakers are not the only ones who benefit from the festival. The Syracuse Convention and Visitors Bureau estimates that filmmakers and audiences who stay here during the festival contribute $622,000 to the local economy. Jessica Palumbo, WAER News.